Okay, hello everybody. Thanks for coming. Woo! Come on in just for a second. We'll line the street in a minute. But I'm really glad everybody's here. I'm thanking everybody for being here. We got some great partners. We got Working Families Party. If you're here from there, say woo! All right. We got the Deportation Defense Coalition of Rhode Island. All right, thanks for coming out. Great to see y'all. Am I missing anybody? We got some Quakers, we got some Methodists, some Episcopalians. Who else?
Unitarians!
The Unitarians are here. All right, Unitarians. Thank you for being here. What's that? Jewish Voice for Peace is here. Okay, anybody else I need to recognize and thank? Atheists. Thank you, the atheists, for being here.
Thank you.
This is what America is. All right, all right.
Don't make me go away!
Don't make me go away. This is what democracy looks like. All right. Okay, so why are we here today? We're here because the Trump administration is boo. Yeah, do it. Boo. I like feedback. Come on, boo. Or as I like to call them, the GOP Gestapo. They are just breaking laws left and right as fast as they can, and they are causing incredible harm and trying to make President Trump into a king of America. And that's wrong. And we're against that, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes!
He's invoking a late 18th century law to give him sole discretion to deport people without checks and balances or legal review. Is that right?
No!
Is that wrong? Yes! Okay, so we have 4 people who are the subject of our picket today. One, of course, is Mahmoud Khalil, and we know that story. One is local from Providence, Dr. Russia Alway, right? Is that how you pronounce that? I may be close. But anyway, she's already been deported to Lebanon at a Logan Airport. Then we have Fabian Schmidt, who is detained and beaten at Logan Airport, and is in Wyatt in Central Falls. And we might go there next because they are detaining somebody illegally in our state in Central Falls. And that's wrong. Boo, yeah, let's do it. And finally, I got this story of someone who's self-deported. Ranjani Srinivasan, self-deported after being caught up in a minor police incident at Columbia during the protests. They came for her, so she left. She's smart, but it shouldn't have to be that way. Immigrants have rights. Immigrants have rights. That's why we're here, to insist on due process, freedom of speech, the rule of law. These are basic to human dignity and to the American character, and we're going to fight for them. We're going to stand up, and we're going to show up, and we're going to get in the way. Are you with me? Okay, now, I think pretty much everybody here probably knows the Martin Niemöller quote, right? When they showed up for the socialists, I said nothing because I wasn't a socialist.
I am.
Yeah, well, good. when they showed up for the trade unionists, I did nothing because I wasn't a trade unionist. When they show up for the immigrants now, we're going to say something, right?
Yes!
We're going to show up.
Yes!
And we're going to get in the way.
Yes!
Because immigrants have rights. Immigrants are our neighbors. There are probably some immigrants in this crowd right now, and we are so glad you're here. We are here to protect the rights of immigrants against a regime that is extending its illegal use of abduction and deportation well beyond the legal limits. They have to be stopped, and we've got to speak up. And I'm so glad you're here. I want you to make connections and relationships today. I want you to know where the resources are. And in that spirit, I'm going to bring up to the mic for the Deportation Defense Coalition of Rhode Island. I think Amelia, are you here? Here comes Amelia. Let's give Amelia a hand.
Amalia, and I'm an organizer with the Party for Socialism and Liberation and the Deportation Defense Coalition of Rhode Island. We have been organizing against the deportation of our families, our friends, and our loved ones, and we are building a movement across Rhode Island to fight back against ICE.
That's right, that's right.
We are here with a unified understanding of how Mahmoud Khalil's kidnapping affects our community in Rhode Island and across the country. ICE has also been kidnapping our community members here in Rhode Island. The other day, ICE kidnapped a father who was dropping off his children at school in Central Falls.
Ooh.
Shame!
Shame! Shame!
ICE, shame!
Shame!
They were waiting at the school to grab the father, and they snatched him in front of his kids. Shame!
Shame! Shame! Shame!
DHS, the agency that runs ICE, is present in our Providence community and in the Providence station, and they're there to harass and kidnap our community members. Again, shame on them.
Shame! 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 Shame!
Not only that, but last week Customs detained and deported Rasha Alawiye, and detained and tortured Fabian Schmidt at the Wyan Detention Center in Central Falls. Shame!
Shame! Shame! Shame!
They both flew into Logan Airport with all necessary legal paperwork. Rasha with her visa and Fabian with his green card. The right-wing moral debate about legal versus illegal immigrants has not made a single difference in the lives of these completely legal immigrants under the Trump administration. Documented or not, all immigrants are currently at risk, and last week is clear proof of that. These crimes committed by ICE on Columbia's campus, at Logan Airport, and at the Wyatt is currently the political reality that we live in. And the freedom of now political prisoner Mahmoud Khalil is a battle we must not only fight, but we must also win.
That's right!
We must win this fight for both Palestinians and for immigrants across the country.
That's right!
Let me be clear. If you support immigrant rights, you also support the movement for Palestine. You must. These two are linked, clearly linked. And the Trump administration's kidnap of Mahmoud Khalil and many others lays that bare to us.
Yeah!
The struggle for both immigrants' rights and Palestine have not now come to a head at a clear point that we can all see. With the increased attacks on immigrants, the U.S.-backed genocide in Palestine, and the repression of the Palestine movement in the U.S., they all have the same root cause. They are two sides of the same coin of U.S. imperialism.
That's right! Woo! Say it!
If ICE... Woo!
Come on!
If ICE is allowed on college campuses to seize legal residence for pro-Palestinian organizing, what does this say about our so-called liberal democracy in the face of naked fascism? The far-right media often accuses universities of being these far-left spaces, but the reality is that these liberal institutions have spent the last year throwing their students to the dogs. Shame!
Shame!
We've seen this in California, in Texas, and New York. Students have been beaten, pepper sprayed, arrested, suspended, expelled for supporting Palestinian liberation and fighting for them. And now they are being kidnapped by ICE. Shame!
Shame! Shame!
Mahmoud Khalil came to Columbia University to study, and he had a green card allowing him to be here legally. DHS officers entered Columbia's campus via an order from the State Department, and they had him handcuffed and arrested right in his home, his living space, in front of his pregnant wife. Shame on them!
Shame! Shame!
And it is increasingly clear that Colombia will not lift a finger to free Mahmoud Khalil. But let me be clear also, he will be free!
Yes! Free Khalil!
And his freedom will not be a result of the diverted funds from an obscenely wealthy Ivy League. It will be a victory of the working class and the people putting in this work. Khalil has proven himself to be a leader and a pillar in the struggle for a free Palestine. And his political strength is the exact reason for his political repression. They are picking us off, or they're trying to pick us off one by one. From our strongest fighters to our weakest, to try and weaken us. We know that this is not going to work. The ruling class is trying to contaminate the minds of millions of people. They're trying to tell us that Khalil was a terrorist supporter and a person of anti-Semitic ideology. Shame! Shame on them!
Shame on them!
We know that this is a lie. This is the farthest from the truth. And it's a concealment for the true struggle for the dignity and liberation of Palestinians and people all across the globe by extension.
Yeah!
The Trump administration continues to scapegoat immigrants. They are trying to make claims that they are dangerous to this country. And this propaganda is a clear distraction. Immigrants are not the problem with this country. It is the clear abuse of power from the working class.
Right.
It purposefully ignores the clear problems of this country, problems that we can all see in our day-to-day lives. These problems are of inequality, of political violence, of suffering, of economic hardship.
White supremacy.
White supremacy, yes! And we try to push these issues on immigrants and people of vulnerable minorities. Again, shame on them!
Shame on them! Shame!
Shame! Shame on them for trying to make us enemies of one another when we have more in common with them than they do with us.
That's right!
Exactly! We are going to fight back.
Fight back!
Because we are the working class and we have power when we are together.
Right! Yeah!
And we hold the same struggle and the same enemy, capitalism and imperialism.
Woo! Right!
Woo. Thank you. Trump has made a grave error in the kidnapping and political scrutiny of Mahmoud Khalil. Trump and all of the ruling class have forgotten our resolve to fight for one another. They have forgotten the strength of our resolve, the power of our masses that grow day by day, and our discipline to keep showing up for the fight for our fellow community.
Woo! That's right.
He has made a grave error in coming for our immigrant communities. Again, he has forgotten our resolve to fight. And we show this fight here with our Immigrant Defense Coalition and across the country, all of our communities across the country. We are a movement that is constantly growing and expanding, and we will not be shut down.
Woo! That's right.
He has made a grave error in merging the struggle of immigrants and Palestinian liberation.
Woo! That's right.
We will not be blinded by this ignorant hate, and we will not stand for the suffering and imprisonment of our fellow fighter Mahmoud Khalil. Freedom for him, freedom for all political prisoners, and for all people oppressed by ICE on and off university campuses. Free Mahmoud Khalil now!
Free Khalil!
Free Khalil! Free Khalil! Free Khalil!
Free Khalil!
Free Khalil! Free Khalil! Free Khalil!
Free Khalil!
Let's give it up for Amelia, please. Let's give it up for Amelia. And that great organization she's part of. Well said. One of the things my wife and I talk about, we did a lot of work in Nicaragua, El Salvador, and Guatemala in the 80s. Our country is starting to look like that. Our country is starting to look like a place where political dissenters disappear. They get grabbed by the government and they're gone. We do not want to be that country, right? And what stops it? People like us. We stop it. Who stops it? We stop it. Excellent. Tell me what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Speaking of democracy, I'm going to welcome up here one of our partners in this, Working Family Party. I'm going to invite Zach to come up. Zach, come on up. It just works. I
don't have to push anything?
No pushing.
Hey folks, Zach Mazzara, Working Families Party, him. Nice to see everybody. Hi. I didn't prepare anything, but man, I've been thinking. And closer. Thanks, Wayne. Man, this was scheduled, what, 3-4 days ago? 4 days ago? And by then, there have been 2 or 3 additional high-profile deportations that have happened with Rhode Island connections. That is the point. To keep us on our back foot. There is so much to do, and we have to not just defend Mahmoud Khalil and defend everyone who has been deported that is connected here to Rhode Island, but also keep an eye on this bigger picture. They want us to be distracted. They want us to be chasing down every threat, while on the side they're picking your pockets.
That's right.
It's all connected.
That's right.
And
tax the rich.
Tax the rich. And as we're here, and there's someone detained in Wyatt, miles away, I'm thinking about the move in 2018, 2019, 2020 to shut that place down.
Yeah.
And what happened? Where did it go? We lost the push, and now we're here again in 2025, where the same national regime is using our state resources, our local resources, to drive their effort. So my fear here is that we keep the focus on the national and forget about the people who are pulling the levers right in our own community.
Right.
Where are our elected leaders? What is up with Brett Smiley kicking people out of encampments? It's all connected. Those are immigrants in our communities.
That's right.
They live in our communities. Where are electeds like Gabe Amo? Why isn't he lying on the ground in front of the Wyatt right now?
Right.
Where is he?
Why
did Jack Reed vote for Trump's Secretary of the Navy yesterday? Where is he?
Where is he?
And it's not just them, because it's not about making heroes and thinking that our politicians will be heroes, but these people control the money. These people control the levers of government. And they haven't decided that this is worth investing in. This is not politically convenient for them yet. And so we have to make it. And not because, again, that they're special, but because they control billions of dollars. They need to put their bodies on the line like people here are ready to do.
That's right.
And if they don't, we need to find someone else for those spots. Shut it down.
Shut it down.
And I am thinking, too, about how all of these things are connected. So we're going to be at the State House later this week on a few different things. On Tuesday, we'll be up there because it's a bill on same-day voter registration. One of the best things we could do to increase voter turnout and get those people out. They don't want it for a reason. And then on Thursday, we'll be up there to try to cap the profits of Rhode Island Energy, who are stealing from every one of us no matter your voter registration. And if we hold on these things, they're going to use them against us this year, 4 years from now, 8 years from now. And so how do we get this energy to all feel like it's one movement?
Right.
I don't know. But I do feel better over the last few weeks and couple months than I've ever felt about Rhode Island. Because I have seen people from all races, classes, backgrounds, more than ever before, ready to put up a fight and say, we don't give a damn anymore about what they say we can and can't do. We're just going to do it.
That's right. That's right.
We're just going to do it. So, I don't know. But Jared, are we going to... Father Kerbal, thank you for pulling us together. Yeah, whatever, yeah. I don't know if we're going to do something at the Wyatt later this week. I hope we do.
I'd like to go to Wyatt. Who wants to go to Wyatt?
And I hope we go there consistently, but I also hope we find the bosses in every single corner of this state who are ripping us off in all kinds of ways.
That's right.
I don't know. I love all of you. You find me later. Thanks, folks.
All right. All right, thanks, Zach. Zach is awesome, great organizer. Work with Zach. I think he's amazing. We got to all pull together. We got to make networks. We got to build power. It's going to take power to change what's happening. And it starts here with you, with us together, building power to change all the forces that are keeping us down. Are you with me on that? Let's build the power from the grassroots up, okay? Now, as far as today goes, what I'd like us to do is make the longest possible line we can up and down this sidewalk. As you may know, legally, we can have the sidewalk. It's ours. Now, if someone comes by to agitate and is all escalated and stuff, send them either to me or to my friend Lee. Where are you, Lee? Lee, wait. Lee's wearing like a yellowish hat there. He's got a sign that says, "Then they came for Mahmoud." Okay? He's trained in nonviolence, and we're going for a nonviolent day here. If someone comes and they're just curious, have a respectful conversation, that's fine. If they're escalated and you don't feel comfortable, send them to me. If the police come by, send them to me. Okay? Is that all right? All right, I get the police. That's my job. What about tomorrow? Okay. There's an event at 6 at the State House tomorrow to support the doctor from Brown University Health who has already been deported, which is insane. Insane. Shame! 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 I cannot. Oh my gosh, how did we get here? It's making me crazy. And as far as today goes, we have some chant sheets that are being circulated. Are they out there? Okay, what would really help me is someone who could lead chants, because my voice is done by this time on Sunday. Anybody want to take the megaphone? Megaphone volunteer? Hey, you right there, come here. Give somebody your sign. So she's going to be our megaphone volunteer? Yeah. All right, woo! So let's stretch it out, make a presence, and make ourselves heard and known out here, because this encourages resistance. Yeah. Visible community resisting encourages resistance, right? Tell me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Tell me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Tell me what democracy looks like!
This is what